What's supposedly sexy but really isn't? Do not have sex in a freshwater lake that's been stewing at above room temperature all summer. Just don't. A friend who's a gynecologist. How about just don't have sex in natural bodies of water? Edit. I'm starting to think that sex and water is just overrated, unless of course the water is coming from the steam you two produce. Don't go chasing waterfalls. I had sex under a waterfall once. It was slippery, the rocks we were standing on, not the sex, and cold, once again, the water, not the sex. 1/10 do not recommend. But sex next to the waterfall, on a blanket laid out in the sun, listening to the roar of the water, was a lot of fun. 10/10 would recommend at an appropriately remote waterfall. Hot tub sex really ain't that great either. It was a fantasy of mine. Then I did it, and it wasn't all that great. And my pee hole burst into flames shortly after. 2/10. Chocolate syrup is a sexy addition. Everyone reading this needs to know that drying chocolate syrup turns into an adhesive. Use whipped cream. It's easier to use with half the mess and stickiness, and if it does stick a little, it's easily washed off. Stick away from whipped cream. Go for non-dairy. The milk products can give you a yeast infection. Cool Whip is a better choice. ETA, apparently anything with sugar can give you an infection. Play safe, y'all. Damn it. 10 years later and I can't read the word Cool Whip in my head without doing it in Stewie's voice. Edit. Holy crap, 16 years. Time flies when you're getting old. Singles in your area. Or even shingles in your areas. Pringles in your area, perhaps? Eating during sex. In front of my salad? Ah, I see you're a man of culture as well. Is that you, Costanza? Pastrami is the most sensual of the meats. I suddenly want a pastrami sandwich. Jealousy. All of those challenges on TikTok where people try to make their significant other jealous are stupid and seriously unhealthy. Seriously. Who tries to make someone they care about feel bad? I've had an ex pull some of this crap, and I just get sad. Insecurity, really. The person doing that sort of behavior feels inadequate and threatened by their partner's success, and thus try to make them feel worse. It's just the latest medium for insecurity, which is why people do those things. Bringing chocolate spread to bed. Lol, I did that. A special one from a sex shop that purported to be easy to clean. We painted each other a bit and licked it from chests, backs. It was fun. We were in a hotel and then, to our horror, some got on the sheets. It does definitively look like crap. We left the box of the product displayed prominently on the bed, hoping the poor person cleaning would be slightly less grossed out. Never again. We left the box of the product displayed prominently on the bed, hoping the poor person cleaning would be slightly less grossed out. Jesus, another couple crapped the bed and tried to hide it again. That's why I always carry my trusty box of sex chocolate with me. Everybody give a hand to sexual chocolate. I really hope that's not a euphemism. You nasty. I once had a blowjob by a girl who had taken a bite of banana. It was amazing, I highly recommend it. Had a blowjob from a girlfriend that wanted to try using Pop Rocks at the same time. Pop Rocks didn't do anything for me, but she enjoyed it, so we did it quite a few times. I was just happy with the blowjobs. Edit. First ever award I've ever gotten. Wonder if I should tell me ex from 10 years ago that I got an award from telling people we did this, haha. I'm confused. Was the banana all mashed up in her mouth like a smoothie, or is there a weird property bananas have if you've eaten them? Like the other person said, eating a pineapple is meant to numb your mouth? Bananas always kind of give my mouth a slightly coated feeling. I assume it's a change in texture. I once ate out a girl after eating a ghost pepper. She didn't enjoy it. That's hot. Everybody cried that day. Except the ER nurses, they laughed their tits off. Damn bro, that could be considered torture lol. Having sex in a bath. Water is not lube, it actually becomes very dry. What if you filled the bath with lube? Long pause. Blorp. The fart bubble would float up oddly slow. Plus there's really no room. It's all elbows and knees in the wrong place. Tried it once and ended up just having a wash then sex after we got out. And it sloshes around and makes the floor a mess. It's wet and slippery and splashy and it gets everywhere. It's like liquid sand. Water is not wet confirmed. Moisture is the essence of wetness. Sex on the beach. OMG, so true. Sand gets in places it doesn't belong, then acts like sandpaper. Looks sexy, actually feels like someone rubbing sandpaper on your sensitive bits. Oh yeah. I went to the beach last summer. The inside of my butt itched. I had sand up my ass and my vagina. Could make a pearl. I once knew a tight-knuckled girl, whose hoo-ha could cough up a pearl? Butt burrowed in sand, she'd crank out a grand, but watching would make a man hurl. I hate sand. Calm down Anakin, we don't need another sand people incident. They know what they did. They're like animals, and I slaughtered them like animals. Not just the men, but the women, and the children, too. Cuts to Padme flying away in a spaceship. I mean, would you have stayed with a guy like that? Edible underwear, body chocolate, whipped cream. Food and sex do not belong together and are a recipe for a yeast infection. ETA, the replies make me never want to have sex, or eat, ever again. Years ago, I worked as the night manager of a Piggly Wiggly in Georgia. One night, these two brothers in business attire show up at the register with every can of spray whipped cream we had. They bragged that they had picked up a couple of strippers, and the whipped cream was going to make banging them that much better. When their guaranteed sex improvement spray total came up to about $40, one asked, "Hey, if we don't use all this, can we bring it back?" I wanted to say that there was no way in hell they were going to bring rancid from not being stored in a fridge cans of whipped cream that were likely covered in antibiotic-resistant herpes/syphilis going to back into my store. But instead of saying that, I said, no. I assumed the whip was to get high. An older cashier at a store rung up two kids in front of me who had like 10 cans of whipped cream. My turn, and she goes, "Those boys must have lots of parties, and they're always in here buying whipped cream." I was like, "Yeah, they're having a party. You don't know what they're doing with those, do you?" She had no idea. I kindly explained what they were doing and she was dumbfounded. So naive, I almost spared her innocence, almost. I remember the first time me and my boyfriend decided that he should try licking me out. I was 16 and super nervous. He is 1 year younger than me and we thought to ease both of us into it, we would spray whipped cream all over down there. It was so cold and he sprayed way too much, so he was chomping away some of the whipped cream before he contacted skin. Not to mention, if you can't always shower right away, stale whipped cream does not smell good. He was chomping away some of the whipped cream. This made me laugh too much, smiley face. As a woman, I agree that downstairs should stay clean, but there's nothing wrong with some whipped cream on your tits and having it be licked off. You get to have sex and a snack, it's a win-win. The snack that smiles back, musical notes. Well, you're not supposed to put it in your pussy. You're supposed to eat and lick it off the body. I never let any dude put food anywhere near my pussy. I knew what was up. I can't afford freaking Monistat every freaking week, bro. Sex for hours. Guys are so proud. No, that friction dried up the lube and bored me after 30 minutes. Exactly. Guys are embarrassed if they don't last long, but it's hot that I got them that worked up, and same, it gets painful and boring. My girlfriend always says the same thing. She gets very turned on when I don't last as long as I would like to. But she takes pride in the shortness of it all. She would rather go for multiple short rounds than one long one. Yeah. It's like riding a roller coaster versus riding a locomotive. One has multiple climaxes while the other is fun at first but I'm asleep within an hour. Wearing too much cologne/perfume, all you need is a dab of a scent on your neck or your wrists, and the scent shouldn't be so overpowering that others can smell you from a mile away. The scent you wear should be subtle, but noticeable. Cologne/perfume is meant to be discovered, not announced. I like that phrasing. There is a lady in my neighborhood, I can smell her 3 houses down, and I swear she perfumes her whole yard. Old lady perfume too, makes me mad when walking the dog. Anosmia, loss of smell, can be age-related, which is why the stereotype of being drowned in an older person's perfume/cologne exists. I think it can also happen when you use the same cologne for a long time and you get used to the smell or something like that. My coworker wears so much perfume that you can smell it through our masks. Very nice lady, but I hate going around her. People who rub nipples by trying to freaking tune a radio on them. Be gentle to titties. Bop it. Twist it. Pull it. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a street. Wait, wrong meme. Bop it, twist it, pull it, destroy it. Cast it into the fire. No. This is definitely dependent on the titties. I've known girls that have such sensitive nips they could barely have them touched, and then there were girls that basically wanted me to take out my day on them. I had a girl that looked me in the eyes and said, "If you don't bruise my tits, we're done effing." That awakened a side of me I was unaware existed. Mix it up with titties. Rough and gentle, please. Ginormous dicks. Oh, thank God. Haha. Solid post. Wish I had a solid post, but it's a little short to be honest. Here. Big dicks are a pain to deal with, literally. I can give head to a small dick guy for hours, but a big dick hurts my jaw. Not just that, but a vagina is only so deep and getting your cervix hammered in is really effing uncomfortable. While I can't say anything from personal experience, having neither a vagina nor a big dick, pleasantly average here, a lot of women say the same thing. I'm inclined to think it's got to be true, other than size queens. Doesn't matter, I will definitely not last hours. Thank you for watching. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube. And share them with your friends. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. We welcome your comments below. Another of our videos will begin shortly.